Well, the UFC Singapore main event just wrapped up. Uh, Max Holloway won by KO, and not due to accumulation. He straight flatline KO'd the Korean Zombie, but it was honestly a decently competitive fight. It wasn't the butchering I was expecting it to be, but you could see the Korean Zombie's chin's just not there anymore. I think Volk honestly took his chin because yeah, he just couldn't take punches the same anymore. Like I think that Volk fight just took his last bit of durability. So yeah, he got dropped quite a lot in that fight. But it was a fun fight actually. Like Korean Zombie actually had some moments. Like he was landing some really good shots on Max Holloway. They were hit Volk. I mean, Max and the Korean Zombie were both stealing techniques that Volk used on them, which was really cool to see. Like they both learning from Volk. But man, yeah, Max was just putting power into all his shots and almost so he dropped the Korean Zombie at one point and then went in for a DAS and somehow the Korean Zombie survived that. I got no clue how he survived that DAS because it looked like it was in deep, but he just kept moving. He was still breathing the whole time, and he got out of that DAS. Uh, then so he was club and subbed in that round, but he survived the submission attempt. And then in the third round, he just fucking came in brawling. Like I guess he realized he was a little bit outmatched by Holloway, so his best shot was to just fucking say fuck it and go in there brawling, like literally ran in brawling in the pocket with Max Holloway. Landed some big shots, but yeah, Max just caught him like directly with the perfect shot, which put him out. And yeah, he was out cold. Well, it looked like he recovered pretty quickly, but it was a definite good stoppage. But yeah, Max Holloway won. I guess nobody was really surprised with that, but I'm glad the fight was at least more competitive than I was expecting it to be. I was expecting like TKZ to fucking look horrible out there. Like honestly, he didn't look as bad as he did in the Volk fight, which is what I was saying in my prediction. Like I don't think the Korean Zombie's as washed as we think. I think Volkanovski's just that good that he made the Korean Zombie look that washed, but yeah, it's definitely think Volk took his durability though for sure. But yeah, after that, after the fight, the Korean Zombie officially retired. He put the gloves down, said that yeah, he doesn't think he can do this anymore, which I guess I understand. He's taken a lot of damage in his career, and what's the point of just taking unnecessary damage? So yeah, that's a good. It was a bittersweet fight. It was good to see the Korean Zombie look better than he has in his most recent fights, but the chin definitely isn't there anymore. So yeah, it's good that he retired here. Then instead of going in there and fighting some big power puncher and getting brutally put out. But yeah, man, what a career for the Korean Zombie. Like he's an absolute legend of the game. He's had some really good performances over the years. Fought for the UFC championship twice. He has some wins that will age really well. His wins over Dustin Poirier. Uh, has a win over Hanato Moicano. Frankie Edgar used some win against some legends. Was a second away from beating Yair Rodriguez. Like, yeah, he's got he's had a good career. He's had all these good wins. He never got to achieve a UFC championship, but he came really close. At least he fought for the belt twice. I think he also, the first man to have a twister submission in the UFC. So I don't think people from years from now people will still remember the Korean Zombie. You know, it's unfortunate that he lost so much of his career due to his military service, his involuntary military service. Because in South Korea you have to go and do military service for a couple years, which is just unfortunate for the Korean Zombie. He lost out on a bit of his career there. Who knows what he could have achieved if he was allowed to fight the whole time? But yeah, man, it's bittersweet, but you got to look on the bright side. Don't cry because it's over. Cry because it happened, as they say. The Korean Zombie had a really good career, a really fun, rewatchable career. Like you can just go back and watch his highlights from years. Even that win against Dan Ige is aging really well. So you know the Korean Zombie's legacy is set in stone. Just because he's taken back-to-back losses to the two best featherweights in the world, you can't uh, use that against him. He had a great career, and yeah, as sad as it is to see him retire and take that big damage against Volkanovski and Holloway back to back, he still had a great career, and that was the perfect fight for him to go out on. He showed that he wasn't as washed as people thought, and while he didn't win a round or anything in that fight, he stayed in the fight. So yeah, that was good to see from the Korean Zombie. But yeah, bittersweet, but good performance from Max Holloway. I don't know what he's gonna do next. He's gonna be sticking at featherweight. I like him versus Aljamain Sterling because I feel like Sterling needs to move up for Marab's sake, but I feel like that's not gonna happen. So yeah, I got no clue what's next for Max Holloway. Can't do Max versus Ilya Topuria because Topuria, we need contenders for Volk. So maybe if Max wants to go on a retiring spree, I know Josh Emmett is saying he's going to have a retirement fight. His next fight will be a retirement fight. So maybe you could do Max Holloway versus Josh Emmett. But I don't know, man. Like, what the fuck do you do for Max Holloway next? Because I don't know. It's like a weird situation for Max because you don't want to give him contenders. You want to give him like fighters who don't really have a chance to fight Volk because he's just fucking them all up. Maybe just do fucking Holloway versus Mosva Evelev or something like that. Like I don't know because who the fuck are you gonna give him? Like he's beating everybody else. So yeah, maybe just do Holloway versus Mosva. Something like that. But yeah, main event was good. Wasn't as depressing as I thought it'd be. It was just bittersweet, but it was at least Max Holloway didn't go in there and break a significant strike record. So that at the end of the day, that's better. Him, you know, TKZ getting KO'd is a lot better than him taking like 455 significant strikes to the head. So yeah, at least he's taking less blunt force trauma to the head. So that on the bright side, you got to look on the bright side of life. So that is something that's positive. But yeah, man, I'm glad I'm not here super depressed watching fucking Max Holloway batter him and literally mock him to his face. On the that's the bright side. I also respect that Max Holloway went for his submission after dropping the Korean Zombie in the second round. So at least he wasn't going in there to try and brutalize the Korean Zombie. So that's also good to see. Uh, is there anything else I should mention? Oh, that walkout from the Korean Zombie was amazing. Like that was actually like fucking just an emotional fucking roller coaster of walkout. Like yeah, that was a great walkout for his last walkout. It was just a great moment for the Korean Zombie there. Just every time the Korean Zombie walks out, you get chills. Just hearing "Zombie" by the Cranberries is just an amazing song, man. Like Yeah, just a perfect song. Just fucking always, it's just always a hype walkout for the Korean Zombie. And he walks out to that song. So yeah, that was cool. And Max Holloway's walkout was cool too. He was allowed to come out with a flag, which is good because the UFC had that whole they they've banned flags, which I might make a video on that because I think that's fucking stupid that they've banned flags. Like I think people should always be allowed to walk out with their flags, like national pride. You know, people want to show pride to their nations, which I think they should be allowed to do. I think it's fucking stupid that they ban flags. So I might make a video on that eventually. But I'm glad that they let Max Holloway walk out with a flag, or he just did it anyway. So maybe he'll get fined for that. But fuck him, let the man walk out with his flag. Like, he get again? I'm not gonna turn this into a rant about the flags though. But yeah, I don't know. I hate that they banned the flags, but it was good that Max Holloway got to walk out with his flag. So that was a cool entrance. He did it for Hawaii. But yeah, I think that's all there is to talk about there. So that was a good fight. Respect to the Korean Zombie. He had a great career. So yeah, I look forward. He's coaching so many fighters at the moment, so I'm sure he'll still be involved in mixed martial arts. He's got so many fighters on the road to UFC tournament, so he's coaching all these guys. So he'll just create the next generation of Korean fighters. So yeah, got to look on the positive here. So he lives to continue on as a coach. So yeah, all good here. So good luck to the Korean Zombie in his future endeavors. Yeah, so Coach Korean Zombie. That's what you'll be hearing him as now. You'll see him in the corner of the next few Korean fighters who get signed to the UFC. So he'll still have a presence in the UFC. So yeah, that's always good to see. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe, put on the notifications, and I'll catch you guys next time.